Kind of a dumb situation, but I'm getting poop for it from my family, and I don't know what to think anymore. I live in Oregon and have a really cool job where I work on a little farm at my boss's house, and we make herbal medicine. It's complete with a little goat pen, chickens, ducks, gardens, you name it. It is hands down the best job I've had, and my boss is super cool and down to earth. She's also super progressive and has a lot of supports built into the job, so let's just say I'm going to be here for a while. I've talked to my parents about the job before, and they are super happy for me. I've had a history with working jobs that made me feel absolutely terrible and where I didn't feel supported by my boss at all, so it's a super cool opportunity. Anyway, this situation happened yesterday. I got a call with my mom, and we talked about some ordinary stuff. How's life? What are you doing this week? Etc. But then she asked me a very strange question. She said that her and my dad want to visit me sometime and have me show them around town. I said, "Oh, of course, that sounds great. Town is a really cool spot. I've got a lot of places to show you. You'll love it." And then she said she wants me to give her a tour of my boss's garden and our workspace and pet my boss's goats and get to meet my boss. I was a little taken aback, but I ended up saying, no, that's kind of weird. I think that's unprofessional of me." She got all quiet and then said, "Well, I guess we won't come up then. I don't understand how that's unprofessional at all." I explained to her that the job takes place at her house where her wife and kid lives. She doesn't let anybody on the property unless she knows them, and I just take the job seriously enough to where I don't think it's appropriate. She just said fine, and then we ended the call. Nothing happened for a little while, so I thought that was that. I then started getting texts from my sisters and my dad saying that I was a little out of line for denying my mom her request. They were saying similar things about how it's not really a big deal and just ask your boss, she won't mind, and I kept my ground. Now, this may be where I'm the idiot, but I told one of my sisters that it saddens me because I feel like they want to come up there not because they want to see me, but so they can meet my boss and pet her goats, apparently. My sister told my mom, and now both my parents are mad at me and threaten not to visit me at all because I was being disrespectful. My reaction to my sister may have been a little bit of an overreaction, but I still feel like it's valid for me to turn down my mom's request to meet my boss. I've literally never heard of somebody's parents wanting to meet their boss casually. It just seems weird to me, and I want to respect my boss's wishes because it's her private property. So I ask of y'all kindly, am I the idiot? I'm completely open to criticism, and I'll try to respond to any comments. Hope you guys have a good day. Edit. Just want to clarify that my boss is in drug recovery as well and has been sober for 5 years. We don't grow drugs, and if we did, I would not be working there, lol. She has a bachelor as a holistic medicine practitioner, and I am her apprentice. Now here are the comments. Comment 1, not the idiot. You've stated the truth. Asterisk. Your boss, asterisk, doesn't want anyone on her property that she doesn't know. That includes your relatives. If I were you, I'd stick to that point rather than the unprofessional one, because that doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Lots of people's parents have met their bosses. Happens all the time. My parents met my bosses when I was under 25. The fact that they are insistent on meeting her seems odd to me. There's something more to that. The fact that your mom got pissed when the idea was refused is troubling. What is their goal? Meeting her. Are they bigoted against LGBT? Are they hyper-religious? I'd be suspicious about their intent because they shut down the visit over it. When you refuse that single part, all of the other things they could do, including seeing their daughter, weren't important apparently. Hold steady. The fact that they sent flying monkeys in to try and break you down is sad, IMO. You are not being disrespectful. You are an adult. You get to make decisions. Just because they don't like them doesn't mean it's disrespect. In my book, they are being very disrespectful of you and your workplace. Comment 2. Not the idiot all around. It's definitely weird that your parents want to meet your boss and see her property. I mean, I totally get the goat thing. Goats are cool. But this feels like a weird pseudo-power move, like your parents want to inspect your working conditions to determine if it's indeed worthy. From what you've described, it sounds like an unconventional or niche career path/opportunity. Very cool, but it's obviously a step outside of or away from corporate America. Good for you, TBH. So maybe they're getting nosy about it. Also, not the idiot for what you said to your sister. Feeling discouraged and like the visit to see you is being distracted from by this problem is valid. Your sister's kind of the AH for not keeping your confidence. IMO. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Not even for the comment made to your sister. If it was a public farm, then it wouldn't seem as weird to me. This is your boss's public property, and you are stating a very fair and very valid boundary. Also, it does just seem they want to pet the goats, because as soon as you said no to them, they were like, well, now we're not coming. Again, though I can understand their curiosity, you're protecting your job that you love and your boss. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, for the next story. I, 29-year-old female, have been on the thin side my whole life. At my lowest weight, when I suffered from an undiagnosed medical issue, I was 88 pounds. At my heaviest, I reached 113. I am not overweight. I know this. I have no body dysmorphia or self-esteem issues. Even so, my father has called me fat or commented on my supposed weight gain my whole life. You're getting fat. Have you gained weight? You look like you're getting fat. I get this all the time. He will not stop. Once, we were at a party and he kept pestering me to tell him how much I weighed in a room full of people. You look like you've gained weight. How much do you weigh? Over and over when I didn't answer. Finally, I said for the first time, I don't like it when you make comments on my body and weight. I don't do that to you or anyone else. There's no reason for you to do that to me. He got offended and said he wasn't making comments on my body, but then he let it drop. I thought I finally got through to him until this time. I am a few months postpartum. I'm working on getting rid of the mommy pouch, but even so, I've only gained 5 pounds from my normal pre-pregnancy weight. The entire family met up, parents, grandparents, aunt, cousins, and in front of all of them, he says out of nowhere, "You've gotten really fat." It was embarrassing and irritating. I said, "Why won't you stop saying stuff like that to me? I told you I don't like comments on my body." He replied all innocent, saying that he didn't mean any harm, that he's my father, and he says it because he worries about me, and it's his job to check up on my health. No one in the room spoke up to defend me, because they never have and never will. Everyone else laughs it off when he does it to them. They don't care what he says, and ultimately, I don't care either because I'm comfortable in my body no matter what he says. I know in his way this is how he shows care. I don't believe it's his intention to make me feel bad about myself, but I have asked him to stop, and he won't. Am I being too sensitive? Should I ignore him like everyone else does? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. I think now is the time to start telling your dad how old he looks. So old. Ancient, in fact. And so tired. Dad, did you say you were born in 1932 or 1934? Dad, are you getting enough sleep? You look awful. Have you lost some hair? I think you've gained some weight. The bags under your eyes are relentless. You're starting to repeat yourself, Dad. Do you think it could be onset dementia? The next time he mentions your weight, I'd take a different route and start saying, "You already said this, Dad. I'm becoming extremely concerned for your mental health. Do you think I should start looking into some alternative care? They have some good assisted living facilities. Well, not near here, a few hours from here. But I could probably visit once every few months." Troll him, girl. He knows exactly what he is doing by being so ignorant about your weight. You are not the idiot, and your dad deserves a dose of his own Judgy McJudgerson medicine. Comment 2, not the idiot, meaning not the asshole. Your father is a bully, and he tries to control you by commenting on your weight because he thinks it will make you insecure and easier to manipulate. I hate to say this, but you may need to cut your father out of your life for a while, for your own physical and mental well-being. That may mean you stop going to family gatherings altogether if he's always present at them. But you have to do what is best for your health. And since his comments are starting to really get to you, it's just a matter of time until you really explode in his face. And then the whole family will think you are the irrational psychotic one. That's how bullies work. They push your buttons until you scream at them, and then they call you the psycho. You don't need this in your life. As painful as it may be, cut him out of your life. Comment 3. You're doing great. You called him out directly and named what was wrong with what he was doing. Keep doing exactly that. Be boringly repetitive, or pick a number of reminders you will give and then pick up and leave after that. Dad, you're getting fat. How much do you weigh? You, don't comment on my body. I will not discuss it with you. Dad, but I'm your dad, and it's my job to stomp all over your boundaries and make you feel terrible. You, don't comment on my body. I will not discuss it with you. Dad, why are you so sensitive? I just care about your health. You, We can try to get together when you're ready to stop commenting on my body. Pack your stuff and leave. Now, for the next story. I, 31-year-old female, guess I should start off by explaining that early in the month of August, I quit my job. I've been actively looking for work, though, and today I was hired on the spot during an interview. Yay me. I had a couple of dollars saved up in case of emergencies. The position is completely remote. I'm a medium to long nails kind of girly. I love doing my nails, so you can imagine how hard it is for me to not be able to get my nails done because of not having the extra money. I decided to ask my partner, 32-year-old male, if he would let me borrow. Yes, I asked to borrow and said I'd pay back once I was settled in with the job. I told him I wanted to take off my current long nails and get short nails so that I can be able to type on my computer comfortably. Maybe this was my mistake. Thinking I could just ask him for a simple favor, he goes off to say, "I don't like you with nails, so why would I pay for them? Makes no sense." I took it lightly and laughed it off, telling him he technically wouldn't be paying for them because I planned on giving it back. I just wanted short nails to be able to type better, even though I'm typing all of this with my long nails and haven't missed a beat. Yay me again. He proceeds to say, "Ma'am, you are working remote. You don't need freaking nails." I told him to just forget I even asked because he was being a jerk about it, and I'd rather he had just said no. He said he wasn't being a jerk and was just trying to teach me about priorities, which I get where he's coming from, but the delivery of it was so bad, and I don't know if I'm the one in the wrong. I personally feel like it wasn't that big of a deal, and he turned it into something it wasn't nor should have been. I was so happy for getting the new job, and now I just feel really shitty. This also isn't the first time he does this. He seems to have a problem with anything that I want to do to make myself feel good about myself. He doesn't like the nails, doesn't like me wearing lashes, and also doesn't like it when I wear makeup. Just want to know, am I being dramatic and sensitive? Am I not being understanding? Am I really the idiot here? Thanks in advance. Endelar 3. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot for asking. He doesn't have to lend you the money, but he doesn't get a pass for being an ass. To me, this isn't about the nails. It's about how he treats you. You wrote out the pattern of him disliking your self-care. And why does he think teaching you priorities gives him license to genuinely be an AH toward you? As long as your own patterns don't allow fun money to ever cut into expenses like rent, utilities, etc., then he's making a big deal out of your request. He could have just said no thank you. So take care of the nails after you get paid, they'll be okay. Why is he dating you if he dislikes so much of what makes you feel happier? Even if he doesn't get it, that's fine. But it sounds like he may be actively trying to mold you into what he wants, rather than who you are. Look long and hard at this boy. Comment 2. Everyone sucks here. I like getting my nails done, but it's a nice to have, not a need. If you didn't have money for nails now, it seems like you were close to broke, and quitting your job wasn't good financial sense. If you're in that bad a spot, then wait until you have the finances to spend on nails. But while he doesn't owe you money for nails, his responses were off. It doesn't matter if he doesn't like you with nails. You like nails, and it's your body. Also, teaching you about priorities comes off as condescending and as if your likes and wants are frivolous. He could have just said he doesn't want to open that can of worms if borrowing money to someone he's close to, or even that he doesn't have it at the moment. Comment 3. Not the idiot at all. The worst that could happen is they'll say no. Should have applied here, but damn, your boyfriend just went with it. He said he wasn't being a jerk and was just trying to teach you about priorities. Bullshit. If you're trying to teach someone about priorities, you start with that. You don't start with, why would I do that if I don't like them? Imagine the whiniest, most childish voice you can think of. He backtracked onto teaching you priorities because he didn't want to look like an idiot. Too late. How long have you been together, may I ask? Now, for the next story. Me and my girlfriend are both women in our 30s. I don't have any children. My girlfriend has a son who is 10 that I don't mind looking after when my girlfriend leaves. Her sister has an autistic 3-year-old who is sweet, but I don't enjoy watching him. The other day I walked outside to smoke weed and her sister and brother were pulling up. 10 minutes later, my girlfriend asked me to babysit the 3-year-old while they all run somewhere. I was annoyed because I was high. It was my day off, and her sister popped up out of nowhere. I agreed because I felt like I was put on the spot, and they were already in the car waiting for my girlfriend to go. I told her I'd do it, but I wasn't a fan. They were only gone for 30 minutes. I knew my girlfriend was going to a concert tonight. When I saw her pull up to the house with her sister and the 3-year-old, I was immediately annoyed because where else would the baby go besides with me while they partied? Her sister didn't ask if I'd look after him until they were walking out of the door. Again, I felt put on the spot and agreed. But he was already asleep anyway. What really irritates me about this is, 1, this just happened the other day and I told her I wasn't a fan. 2, my girlfriend brought her and the kid over here, presumably knowing she was going to ask for me to babysit without advance notice. 3, I've heard the sister say before that she purposely doesn't call people in advance to ask them to watch the child because it's harder to say no in person. I don't know if she's doing that in this instance, but it's hard to ignore. And 4, he woke up as I'm typing this. Would I be the idiot if I told my girlfriend to stop allowing her sister to do this? Comment 1. OP. Honestly, you need to just take off as well and let them figure it out on their own. Your girlfriend and her sister are planning this ahead of time, and you staying there is not giving you a chance to argue about it, and the sister is a manipulator if she's doing this to everyone else. Your girlfriend likely won't respond to boundaries you try to set forth with her, so like I said, you just need to take off yourself before they have a chance to leave you. Comment 2. No, definitely would not be the idiot. It's so inappropriate and rude to expect someone else to watch your child, especially when they're that little, and especially with no notice or prior discussion. It does seem like your girlfriend is a good first step here because it sounds like she knows that her sister is going to surprise you with unwanted babysitting, but you also wouldn't be the idiot for directly bringing it up with the sister. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Your girlfriend and her sister are taking advantage of you. Your girlfriend knows you aren't enjoying watching the kid. You're already doing her a favor by watching her kid. Tell her you're done watching the 3-year-old, and don't say only in an emergency because it will always be an emergency. They are not being fair to you. Put your foot down. You're not the sister's babysitter. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day!